Ugh. What's going on, everybody? This is going to be an open chat to talk about Nancy Guthrie. Ah, wait for a couple minutes. We'll get started here in 2 minutes. We will get started in 2 minutes. Let some people come in. Where's all the devil pups in the house? We are going to start in 2 minutes, everybody. Bill, hi, Didi, and everyone. Good to have you, Bill. Trying to get this thing positioned just right. Hello, April. You very welcome, Bill. We got 1 minute. We'll go ahead and get underway. Fill in people as they come in. Paige, hi, dog. April and Bill. What? Good to have you, Paige. All right. It is 5. Let's go ahead and start. So today we're going to have a talk about Nancy Guthrie. And it's going to be an open chat because I want to hear everybody's opinions, theories, ideas, suggestions over the last few days that we have covered this case and all the information that we have thrown out there in relations to Nancy. I want to know where you all stand and what your thinking is. And these are all opinions, ideas, suggestions. There's no right or wrong. It's just everybody has an opinion, and an opinion does matter because you matter. And that's the reality. So I want to get just opinions and theories and ideas as to what do you all think happened with Nancy Guthrie or whatever fits in that category of what do you all think Nancy Guthrie. Follow me? And let's just have a good conversation and see where we go. There's some information that I do have, and I'll present some things. Fact is, you know what? I'll start off if you like. Open chat on Nancy Guthrie. So I was always wondering Annie Guthrie, why Annie wanted everybody to follow that map. Hey, Al, good to have you. Remember that map that Annie gave that she said she believes that the perps were sent? Thank you very much, Paige. Appreciate you. Thank you. Do you guys remember thank you so much, Paige. Do you guys remember the map that Nancy Guthrie had put out there as to which way they believe that the perps went? You guys remember that, correct? Paige, that's so kind of you, says Al. Hello, Paige. Paige, you're welcome. Those are all the devil pups. So you guys remember that, right? All this will go to the equipment that we need, no doubt about it. Okay. So I always ask the question, like, why did Annie go ahead and put that information out? Like, how in the hell would she know what avenue, or why would she think she would know what avenue the perps would have taken? Fans in the house, good to have your fan. Fan says, hey, Devil Dog and Pubs, justice for Nancy, day 123. So, Paige, fan, hello, fan. L, thank you. So, I asked the question, why did Annie do this? Was it because it was a distraction for maybe a route that someone else had taken? Because I really didn't understand. But then today, I'm reading about what was the reason was because she was in a online chat group with her friends from the Catalina foothills and so forth, and they were talking about how, what possible route could these perps have taken. And when I heard that, I thought, okay, that makes sense. She is on her group chat line with her friends, and they are discussing apparently what would be the possible case scenario of where the perps, what route they would have taken. So I thought it was very, very interesting. And it kind of opened my eyes to realize maybe it wasn't something necessarily nefarious. Maybe her and her friends did have a theory of whatever that was as to what kind of route. I mean, we know it's no one's going to really know for sure, but it opened my eyes to realize, yeah, maybe that's exactly what it was. Maybe it wasn't nothing more than that, which makes sense because how else would she have known, you know? And yeah, I was impressed with that answer. Now, I heard this on Nancy Grace, is where I heard this. I was watching one of her episodes, and she was talking to some other people, and she had asked that question about that. And some people came forward and said, yeah, that's what it was about. That's where she got that idea. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there to you all because I felt like it needed to be said so that no one's thinking anything nefarious like she's trying to maybe throw people off or trying to, this, that, or the other. No, it could have been just as simple as that. She was talking to her friends online on chat, and they were talking about what possible route that the person could have taken, and it made sense to me. So I just wanted to throw that out to everybody. If you already knew, hey, awesome. If you didn't know, now you know. I didn't know until I listened to today to Nancy Grace. I was just going around listening to different people, and it made sense to me. Hey, hi Carolina. Dog should put the on his description because I wanted to pay him Cash App, but didn't see it unless I missed it. It should be on there. Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo should be on there in the description. It should be at the very bottom. No problem, no problem, no worries. Don't ever feel pressure. Look, we'll figure it out as we go. And I'm not asking for anything. If you guys feel like you can help out, so be it. It is really appreciated, greatly appreciated. If not, don't even sweat it. But thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. So that's what I wanted to go ahead and tell you all because I found myself kind of thinking, God, man, why did you think that maybe she was trying to throw people off? And then when I heard it, I was like, this did make sense. It would make sense. They're grasping for straws. So, hey, good evening, Brenda. Brenda, Devil Dog, and Mize, and Pops. We want help, dog. We want to help. Thank you so much, Paige. Appreciate it. We are growing. I'm not going to kid you there. We are growing, no doubt. Hello, Brenda says April L. Good evening, Brenda. See if I miss anybody. April, might as well post it more often to Lisa. Paige, okay, thanks. L, you have to click more under description. I had trouble to, though. Paige, lol. I think that route was not the right one, but just my. And it may have not been. But to think, for me, speaking for myself, to think something nefarious, and then I heard this, I kind of felt, I didn't feel bad, but I felt like, man, you should have gave her the benefit of the doubt. And that's what conversations, that's what information does. It helps you learn from other people. It helps you gather that information and process it correctly. And that's what I failed to do myself. So, no doubt about it. April Big Hug says Brenda. Big hugs, Paige. The description is good enough for me, but it might help other pups. You got it, Paige. Brenda L. 1985. Big hugs, Paige. Thank you, Paige. Hi, Brenda. Brenda, Paige. Big hugs. Lot of hugs. Brenda says, "What did I miss?" Well, it's an open chat, and I was talking about. I was always wondering, asking the question, why, literally, did why did Annie Guthrie feel like she had, when she put out that route to take, that she thought that the perps would have taken that route, and she put out that, for the better lack of words, that map. And then today I was saying that today I actually heard it on Nancy Guthrie, Nancy, Nancy Grace, that she was online at the time talking to her friends on a group chat, and they were all discussing what would possibly be the best route that they would have taken. And that's where they came up with that map. And what I was saying, Brenda, was that that's how you learn from one another, because I had no idea. Here I'm thinking that it was probably something that she put out there to throw somebody off, when in reality, it could have been just as simple as that, talking to her friends in a time of emotions going high, and then them figuring what they probably thought was the best case scenario. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody didn't know that fact, that apparently they did talk. She was on a group chat, and that's where they got the information. It wasn't like she just made it up herself. So if you didn't know, now you know. And if you knew, hey, more power to you. Awesome. April, I wasn't sure myself, but after seeing the blood trait, it is to that path and back road, in my opinion. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. I honestly think that vehicle, or whatever they used to haul Nancy out, because that trajectory of the bloodline that went to the right, literally away from the garage door, went to the right, that there was some vehicle parked out there, or something that they used to take her. And I do think they know the area well enough, or studied it well enough, that they could have drove back there for a little bit until they got onto the main road. It is very possible. I couldn't do it. People that, like you all who don't live there, probably couldn't do it. But people who studied their path, they had to have known how to do it. Don't forget to click like, hit the hearts, send the emoji. Let's get the algorithms going. Nancy Grace is friends of Savannah. If no one knew, yeah, I heard that they were pretty good friends, but I just kind of felt bad, because in my mind I was thinking, man, how does she know? How does she know? And then I listened to one of these episodes from Nancy Grace, and I was like, damn. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and bring that out, everybody. If you and your friends can do a map, get your friends together and do a search. So true, fan. Well said. No doubt. Oh, and what? And she dropped the mic at the same time. Fan said, if you and your friends can do a map, get your friends together and do a search or something. Do something. And the mic drops. Well said, fan. That is awesome, no doubt. I agree with that 110%. Where do we go next? Not sure, says Bill. That's a tough one to be right there. Paige, I can't believe some people are calling it mean to suspect that family. I mean, what are we supposed to think? The purpose still at large. No, that's true. And statistics say that it is a high percentage that it's family or someone who knows the victim. So, I mean, it's not like we're saying anything or anyone is saying anything out of line because the reality is that's what statistics say. So we're going with statistics, and yeah, well said, Paige. Well said. I don't know. Carolina Girl says, I don't know. I thought she was trying to throw people off as well. I did too. And I'm not saying that wasn't literally her modus operandi. Okay? I'm not saying that was her MO. I wasn't, because it very well could be, but they did give an answer, or they did give a reasoning, and I guess with a better lack of words, I could buy that. Sure, I could. Not saying it's definitely true, but I could buy that. I could see that. Carol's in the house. Carol says, hello, everyone. April, hello, Bridget. Good to have you, Bridget. April, hello, Carol. Paige family not doing anything to help us not think it could be a family, in my opinion. No doubt. I mean, look, you follow the evidence, you follow what you know, and that's the direction that it seemed to be painted. So I'm still not like convinced that it couldn't be a family member. Okay, I'm not convinced that it's not. I'm thinking it very well could be a family member. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I tell you what, I was like, when I heard it on Nancy Grace, I was like, damn. But that's how talking with each other, that's how having these conversations with one another, that's how you learn information. You know what I'm saying? It helps you gain more knowledge and ideas and theories so that you don't think maybe just one way. All of a sudden you find, oh God, there is a reason to the madness, for a better lack of words. All right. Mike, JLR is taking on his live stream that we don't even know from the doorbell camera footage, the timestamp or the date of those pictures. No, we don't. One other thing that Nancy Grace said today that I heard was that there's a lot more footage fixing to come, according to her sources, and the FBI is gathering a lot more footage. So don't be surprised if we wake up one day and we have, 5, 10, 20, 30 pictures, because they say they have them. They're just trying to work all the little nuances to get a clearer picture. So, yeah, that's promising news right there. Very promising. April, hello, Bridget. Hello, Carol. Paige, family not doing anything to help is not think it could be the family. No doubt about it, L. Bridget, April, hi, Carol, B, and Bridget. Hello, Carol. Hello, April, says Carol. All right, a lot of hellos to everybody. Hello, everybody. Mike, that's a good point, though. That is a very good point. They're not giving us anything to go on, and you can only do so much gathering of information, but without having those tools that they have, it's almost impossible to get. You know what I mean? But that's a very good point, Mike. Hey, 92% the victim knows the perpetrator. Yeah. So, look, anybody who went with that theory and idea and still could be right with that theory and idea, there's nothing wrong with that. Look at the statistics. There's a reason why we have statistics, everybody. No doubt. Well said, Paige. Mike, so how do we know the porch guy took her the night she went missing? Yeah, I hate to say it, but we just don't know. That's the whole point. We don't know. We need more information, and the information we got only can take you so long before you run out of gas. That's where everybody's at. Not just us, everybody's at. We'll find little nuggets here and there, little nuanced things that could make a difference, but the big factor enchilada, that ain't happening, my friend. I don't see that happening. 92% stats Nancy knew her abductor. I still say, I honestly believe that it very well could be a family member. I'm not taking that off the table. Brenda Devil Dog, what if Annie was the getaway car? That's a good, interesting point right there. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Very good point. She knows the area. I'm sure as long as she lived there, they know all the back areas. It's very possible. It makes a lot of sense. Man, am I that far behind? All right, let me cut you up. April, hello, Mike. Welcome in, Mike. Mike, hello, and that's so true, and I don't understand why. Bridget, I believe with all my heart Nancy knew the person or persons behind this. No doubt about it, Bridget. Brenda, Bridget Clark, I totally agree with you. No doubt about it. It's a very high percentage that she knew who it was. That could have been the ultimate reason why she became unalive. The pacemaker was a tracking device in a way just like an AirTag. True that, Mike. Well said. Hell, Bridget, I agree 100%. Bridget, thank you, Brenda. Rays is in the house. Does anyone know the name of the plant he pulled from for the camera? The easiest thing I could remember, Ray, is the foliage. The foliage. They said a plant and then they go foliage. And I'm like, foliage stuck with me because I ain't heard that term in God knows when. So I would just go with foliage. But I don't know that plant, to be honest. If anybody knows, let Reyes know. Brenda, Bridget Clark, you're very welcome. Bridget, thank you. April, welcome in, Reyes. Reyes, that's a good question. And welcome in. Brenda, Reyes, it looked like baby breath. Looked like baby breath. Not sure what the hell that is, but hey, I'm going to take your word for it, Brenda. Fan, do they let folks outside S morning news show hold signs up justice for Nancy? Has anyone seen any? I haven't seen any, and I haven't heard of any, to be honest. Do they let folks outside Savannah morning news? Oh, the morning news. Do they let I got you now. Hold signs up for Nancy. Well, I don't know if they can really stop that, to be honest. I mean, it's just a form of freedom of speech. So I'm not sure that they could really stop somebody from doing that. What they would do is probably not let the camera focus on that, on those signs. You know what I mean? But that's just doing injustice in itself. So yeah, I'm not sure, but I would think that they would probably tell their cameraman, "Don't look over there." Maybe it could make Savannah upset, or it could break her down, or whatever, and that's what they don't want. Who knows? That could be it, though. April, I would think Nancy Grace would know that, considering her relationship with Savannah, and she is not letting the case go either. That is true. That is very true. Well stated, April. Mike, how would one of the ransom notes in the beginning point out the broken spotlights in the backyard facing the pool? How would one of the ransom notes in the beginning point out? Yeah, I don't know. I do know that when they were getting those ransom notes, because they were reporting on them, I remember specifically that the news would break, and they were showing somebody on top of the roof, and they were messing with the camera, almost like even some scuttlebutt or word was come out that it was something like it was demolished. They used a word that it's not typically used. I remember hearing about that. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about or not, but I do remember hearing that. Good question there, Mike. L fan, I haven't watched it. Watch, which is odd. Brenda Double Dog, because she had the map that makes. Yeah, no doubt. No, that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I mean, she can navigate that conversation however she wants to in all reality. But I just went ahead and gave the benefit of the doubt. But you're right. You're 100% right. I think it's called a spring ivy. Okay. Spring ivy. Carolina Girl fan, I were seldom watch the show, but I might have to check it out and see. It was interesting for me, no doubt. Jamie Cook is in the house. Good to have you, Jamie. Hey, what's up? Missed ya. My girl is off to the fourth grade. Hoorah. Semper Fi. Awesome. April, congratulations on that, my friend. April, please like and subscribe if you haven't. It's free. Helps DD's channel, helps our channel, helps all of our channel. It helps us grow. It helps us get more knowledge. It helps us get more people. And with more people, we get more ideas. And with more ideas, we can theorize more. And it does help everybody. Brenda says, Devil Dog, would any lie that her and her friends made that map? I truly believe she already knew which way the perp went. The only way we could actually get that come out to prove would be if somebody of one of her friends came out and said, I talked to the friends that we always talk to, and none of them said that that they ever said anything to Annie. You know what I mean? Like I could see someone coming out and going, "Well, that's odd. I'm in that chat group and I didn't hear anything." And then someone else says, "Yeah, I didn't hear nothing either." That's probably going to be the only way we're going to be able to know that, to be honest. But that's a very good point. And do I think? In this case, I don't think anything is off the table. Carol says, "Baby breath is smaller flower." Got you, Carol. Thank you so much. I really did. I didn't know what the heck that was, to be honest. I never heard of one. Brenda, baby breath is a plant that you actually use for a filler for flower. Okay, okay. I think I know what you're talking about now. That little tiny little, like little teeny weeny flowers that are on like a stem or something to give it more of a look of a like a vase of flowers, and it helps it make it really stand out and pop. Reyes, there's some type of purple plant mixed in. Got you. Paige, hi Ray. Paige, hi Jamie. Jamie says, hi, Paige. L, hello, Jamie. Many hugs and hellos. Carol, yes, but in the camera, zoomed in makes it look bigger. That is true. That is very true. Jamie, L1, hey. Saucy's in the house. Hello, Saucy. Hi, Saucy, says Paige. And there's going to be a lot of hi, Saucies. Jamie says, hey. Raise. The spotlight was next to the blue door on the main house. The camera they were taking down was on the little house. Okay, true, true. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Jamie says, thank you. You're welcome. Fan. Hate you made the family upset. Hate to make the family upset. Go on with your lives, and your mother is missing. Crazy, crazy, crazy hills. I threw in that hills for fan. That's true. It's well said. I mean, you're not saying anything that's not true. At least the appearance, anyway. How do we know the ransom note mentioned the camera? We don't. I don't. I don't think we know that it mentioned the camera. To be honest, I just remember them getting a note, and then it was like they didn't. I don't think they said anything about like the specifics. But then the next thing they show was a guy going up to the top of the house to mess with that camera, and it was just a. I think it was just a hypothesis theory that maybe that's how they knew, because that they knew the note was real because he gave some type of only the perp would know answer, you know. But yeah, we don't really know, to be honest. Hey, how do we know the camera, Jamie? Yes, we reach more people, and it is the best chat. Awesome, glad to hear that, Jamie. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Vanflower, you got that right, and then some. Hoorah, simplify everybody. Bill says you said no to the increasing the reward. However, do you think that 1 million has triggered any tips? Maybe what we don't know about Didi? Well, I know that when Nancy Grace talked about it today, and they said they still have like over 50,000 tips. They just haven't got to them, all of them. But they said there's like 50,000 tips out there. That's a lot of tips. So I guess the best way to answer that would be to say, you know, there's been many cases that they have literally could have solved sooner than later, but they only solved it later because the tip was down at the bottom. So when that tip finally came up, then they were able to go, got it, right? Unfortunately, that could be something that we're seeing now because as the money increases for the reward, people are probably going to want to go ahead and capitalize on that money if they know who did it. You know what I mean? That would make sense to me. Jamie says, sorry, my glasses are still broken and you're fine. No worries, Jamie. No worries. Oh, I think a lot of tips they have gotten are bogus. Probably a good amount of them, unfortunately. No, I would agree with that, El. I would say a lot of them are not that great of tips. But on a lot of these cases, that's how they were able to solve it. And they could have solved it sooner. It's just the tip was so far buried at the bottom. Could be like this. You know, no one's going to put their neck on the line for, you know, 50,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. But you start talking in the millions, and then people that gets people's attention, especially if they know. Hey, says sorry to hear that, Jamie. No worries, Bridget. Me personally, I would never shut up about finding my mother. I couldn't be silent. No way. I agree with that 100%. No doubt about it, Bridget. Saucy, hi Ray, hi Jamie. Jamie, I just want her found. This is so sad. We can all relate. We all have had mothers. We all have people we love. We all have siblings. And we know if you have been through that, it's a very sucky time in your life. No doubt about it, for better lack of words. Jamie, hey, Saucy. Brenda, Bridget Clark, you got that right. I would do anything to find my mom, even if I had to break the law. Well, if the law's not doing it, hey, you do whatever you got to do to find your mother. That's what I say, and that's a well said. No doubt about it, Brenda. Nothing sits right with me on this case. Now, there's a lot of things that went south real quick. A lot of things that went south real quick. So, and we could go over everything. I wrote some things down, but my God, I know I didn't even scratch the surface on everything that went wrong so far in my mind. My TMZ read all of the notes. Go back. I did. Matter of fact, Nancy Grace was also on that live, was talking about the notes. And the last one that Harvey Levin got, where the guy says that he knows where she's at. He saw her. She's in Sonora, Mexico, or something to that effect. I don't know if it's true or not, but hey, at least it's something. Fan says, "Crazy Hills, go Devil Dog, go." Yeah, I'd like to go up there. I really would, in all honesty. We just want justice to be served, says Paige. No doubt. Patty Cakes is in the house. Dee Dee, something has been bothering me. It's a spot that AJ Double J seen in the desert, concrete, and I keep thinking, who tastes concrete with water out in the desert? I want to know what's under that. Very well said. No doubt about it, Patty. That makes a lot of sense to me. Why would somebody take concrete and water? Who does that? Yeah, that's a very good question. No doubt about it. What's under that? Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to take a lot of people to lift it if it's a big chunk. So that may be another interesting fact on why it's out there, why somebody would have put something under there. It's very possible. Paige, crazy. Paige, hi, Patty. Hello, Patty. And yes, that's definitely strange. Paige, Patty, hi, everyone. Jamie, welcome in. Brenda, Devil Dog, something tells me Nancy is somewhere that has quicksand. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where that quicksand would be, to be honest. I don't know much about the geography of Arizona as far as like where you would find quicksand out there. I have no idea. Makes sense, but I just don't know anything about it. I just know I've been to the desert and it all looks the same. Horrible and nasty and hot in the daytime, cold in nighttime. I heard there was like over 42,000. Yes, dog, 50,000. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So it could be one of those tips at the bottom, where they just waited to get to it, because they're taking them probably as they come in. That would make sense. Bridget, I watched Nancy Grace last video. She was very angry. She gets angry pretty often. That's her MO, I think. I used to watch her quite a bit. I don't watch her as much now, but I used to. When I was younger, I used to. And yeah, she gets very feisty pretty quick. That is a lot of tips, Paige, no doubt. Bill says, retracted. Brenda, Page, you got that right. Nancy Grace is pretty feisty in general, but she seems more and more angry. I think it's because, she's friends with Savannah. She knows how much Savannah's probably hurting, and she knows how there may be a lot of guilt from Savannah because, people are always going to, family are always going to blame themselves. And even though she has nothing to do with it, it's probably they're going to blame themselves. So I'm sure that's why she's really just wants to see this come to a closure, like all of us. We want to see Nancy at least found, even if it's the remains. That's at this point, that's a win. April, hi all. If I missed anyone, welcome in. Click that like, everybody. Click that like. Get that algorithm going. Send the hearts. Send the emojis. Paige, people just want to solve it, in my opinion, and or the reward. Yeah, I think people just want to see her come back so this story can be put to rest, to be honest. Yeah, the reward is definitely going to make somebody very enticed if they know who did it. Oh, please don't forget to like, thumbs up, share the stream, everyone. Bridget, Brenda, exactly. You do what you got to do. No doubt about it. Brenda says, Bridget Clark, exactly. We have 18 watching and over 23 likes, so we're doing really good on hitting the likes, everybody. Good job, everybody. Mike, the second or third ransom note is what talked about the broken spotlight. I'll have to look at that. Thanks, Mike. I will definitely look at that. The second or third ransom note talks about the broken spotlight facing the pool. I will definitely look at that, my friend. I'll have an answer tomorrow as far as my take on it. Paige, L. Paige, yes. Saucy, watching Savannah today, she doesn't look stressed about anything. I know makeup helps, but she just starting to really staring, starting making me mad. You know, I don't know what's going on in her mind or what's going on in her heart. I know that sometimes people put up a front like everything's fine when in reality things are really in shambles. So I don't know, to be honest. I saw her a little bit this morning, and I could see that, but yeah, it's hard to fathom and envision that, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a very good point, no doubt. Bridget, since Nancy Grace and Savannah are friends, she has probably heard Savannah cry behind the scenes. That is a no doubt about it. Well said, Bridget. Well said. I agree, Saucy, so much. L, right, Saucy. Give us something. Anything is weird. Says L. Brenda, Devil Dog, there is quicksand pits 5 miles from Nancy's house. Wow, I did not know that. And you know what? I would say, why not go over there and try to see what they could do? That would make perfect sense. Talk about out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, right? I don't know how they would go do that, but hey, I would definitely try. You know, people can't just disappear off the face of the earth. That's not normal. Hey, JLR has a new pic of TC, and it's really creepy. He's always been creepy, but I'll have to see that pic, Paige. That guy has been creepy. As he's gotten older, he has gotten really creepy. Carolina girl, I saw a clip of Nancy Grace interviewing the neighbor whose dogs were barking. That's the one I was watching as well. That night that it happened, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about because that's the one I saw, Carolina girl. L. Page, yes, it is. His eyes. Bill, you're a long way to Tucson. Google says 1,700 miles. Not worth the trip. I get it, man. I get it, Bill. I get it, no doubt. Thank God for planes, right? Planes, trains, and automobiles. Oh, Lord. Devil Dog, please Google quicksand pits near Nancy's. I will do that. I will do that, Brenda. I will do that. Let me write it down. Hang on, everybody. Let's I will do that here in a few. Where we at now? All right, Bill. Double dog. Mike, Carolina girl, Brian Enton interviewed the same person. Bridget Page, yes, I seen that photo earlier on JLR's live stream. Very creepy looking. Was he standing by his house, or was he like outside by his car or something? Is that how JLR got that picture? Just curious. Is quicksand real? Laughing out thought it was make believe. No, I guess it is real. It is real. That I have heard before. I've never really seen it, to be honest. Brenda with the hearts. Paige with the hearts. L just posted Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, L. Brenda Page on quicksand is very real. Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard a lot about it, especially like on these. I don't know if you guys ever watch like Discovery or the History, but I watch those channels a lot because I'm always curious. Remember, I like things that are unknown, and for me, that stuff is like, yeah, I've seen it before on those channels. Paige, you're very welcome, says Brenda. Bridget, quicksand near Nancy's. I don't know that. Well, I'm going to Google it here in a little bit. Carolina girl, thanks, Mike. I'll have to check it out. Mike, send JR's crew to the quicksand to look. Paige, L, I've heard AJ talk about the quicksand. Yeah, my ass would fall right in there if I went down there. I wouldn't know what the hell I'm looking at. Carolina, until I started sinking. Carolina girl, Mike, Paige, could a body be recovered from quicksand or is it gone for? I don't even know how that works, Paige, to be honest. I'm like you, I'm clueless when it comes to that. I've just seen it before. I've seen it before on the History Channel. TC has like an evil look in his eye. Well, if he didn't do it, I could see why he's got that evil look. But hey, a lot of times they make it, they bring that on themselves because of how they act, of everything that's going on. DD laughing out loud. Double Dog, in science class, they taught us you can use diver equipment to go. Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. Interesting. They science class, they taught us we can use diver equipment to go into. How far does it go? I mean, is there a cap? Wow, that's interesting. No doubt about it. Bridget knows. Brenda Pays, they could actually dive in, find her body. Woo! Yeah, but you couldn't see nothing. You would just have to go with the feel, right? Just the feel. Just spread your arms. I think the more you move, the more you sink. Or is that just the movies? Okay, thanks again, Brenda. Marianne, sorry I'm late. You're fine. You're good, Marianne. Good to have you. L, I was a close-up picture, really. It was a close-up picture. Interesting. That's on the JLR picture of him. I've got to see that. Paige, I miss you, Am. Brenda, Paige, you're very welcome. L, hello, Marianne. Saucy, Bridget, I agree. He looks creepy. Wouldn't want to run into him. Maybe that's why he's starting to look creepy. Maybe all that dark side is catching up. I don't know. It does catch up with you. Marianne, hello, L. April, hello, Marianne. Jimmy, I would be gone in quicksand, blindly walk and sink. You and me both there, Jamie. You and me both. April, hello, dry. Bridget, Saucy, I agree. He looks like a demon. Oh wow, he must be a crazy. If somebody gets that picture, send it to me, will you? If you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it. Save me the hassle of trying to watch and find out. Send me that picture. I want to see that, or maybe I can Google it. Paige, Jamie, LDD about the quicksand. Right? No, I hear you. I hear you. No doubt. April, welcome to the blue line, Jamie. Saucer, Saucy, Saucy says, "Hey, April, Marianne, Paige, did you ask DD my question? Ask away, Marianne. Fan, he looks dirty and evil. Oh my lord, someone's got to send me that picture. Jamie, Paige, gone, laughing out loud. No phone signal there, laughing out loud. Oh wow, I didn't even notice. Congrats, Jamie, for becoming a mod in here for us. Fan is in the house with the hearts. Jamie, Paige, thank you. Paige, yes, Jamie, gone. L, Jamie, congrats. Bridget, is there a machine that can dig into the quicksand? Just asking. I don't know. I'm sure anything can go into quicksand. It's whether you can come out of there is the different story. You know what I mean? But hey, who was the one that just said? I think it was Brenda that said you can use diving gear to go in there. Shoot, I still wouldn't do it. Some places can go as deep as 1,500 feet below sea level. Oh wow, 1,500 feet below sea level. No, thank you, Jamie. L1, thank you. Jamie Kerr, praise. We would got together. We will get together. Paige, I completely forgot Marianne. Dog, what is Kiki's last name, please? Let me look. Let me look. Hang on a second. Let me look real quick. Let me look real quick. It is. It is. Give me 1 second, everybody. Give me 1 second. I gotta find something. Oh God, what was it? Hmm. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm looking. Let's do this. I'll get you in here in a second, everybody. I don't want to. Hey, give me a second. If I run across a picture where I can screenshot it, I'll email it to you. Thank you so much, Bridget. Appreciate it. Paige with the hearts. Do we know Kiki's last name? Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second. I know I came across it. It is. What is Kiki's last name from the Nancy Guthrie case? Okay, so let's see if I click that. I'll find it, Marianne, because I don't want to stop this. Let's see. Yeah, there are numerous DNA updates. No, that's not it. That might be it. I'll get it to you before we get off the live. I'll get it before we get off the live. Hang on a second, everybody. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Give me a second. 1,500 feet below. Level one, thank you, Paige. Life of me, Paige. I completely forgot Marianne, dog. I'll find it here in a minute, Paige. Brenda, Bridget Clark, yes, but it's a very tricky. Marianne, do we know Kiki's last name? I will find it here for you in a second. Give me 1 second. Bridget, if I run across the picture where I can screenshot it, I'll email it to you. Thank you so much, Bridget. Paige, thanks, Marianne. Marianne, Paige, Brenda, Paige, L. I would never go in quicksand. Terrifying thought, no doubt. Isn't Kiki the girl with the short shorts? Yes, that's her. Let me see. Hang on. Like, subscribe, and share, please, everybody. Devil Dog, that is correct, Brenda. Paige, me neither. Mike, yeah, says L. Bridget, oh wow, forget the idea. I didn't know quicksand goes that deep. You're on your own, Jamie. Jamie, you are all good. There's the email address. Thank you, April. Jamie, Bill, gotta get going for now. Thanks, Dee Dee, and everyone. You got it, Bill. Have a good one, and thank you for being here, my friend. Paige, okay, Bill, thanks. Bye, Bill, says Marianne. Thanks for being here, Bill. Take care, Bill. Brenda, Bridget, Clark. That makes two of us. We watched the video in high school about special divers going into quicksand. And after it was finished, I said, just like this, you either have to be nuts or insane. That is a fact. Bye, Bill, says Jamie. Paige, Marianne, we threw the discussions of yikes, but Dog can tell us later. Yeah, I know. I'll find it. Just give me a second. Brenda, later, Bill, Jamie, Paige, me, and Paige, me, and you are nothing. Jamie, Kiki is trash. Yeah, no doubt about it. Bridget, Brenda, you know it's the truth. Paige, yes. Jamie, in my state, a R red, a red split. Okay. Hey, we all completely terrified of quicksand. Rays, there's no baby breath in that flower. It's a purple flower with green leaves. Thank you, Rays. Fan with the hearts, Paige with the hearts, Jamie Rhodes, sorry, LOL. Paige, okay, thank you, Ray. Good work. I'm still looking. Okay, thank you, Ray. Good work. I looked for Kiki's last name too. Couldn't find it either. I know they said it before. Wonder how many people have secret bunkers in Arizona. I think you can look that up. I think they actually. I think that should be. I thought I heard, I believe Sleuth say that that there's a way to go ahead and look it up on who has them. Fanflower, I think. Don't quote me on that. Fanflower, oh, okay, what are we talking about? I didn't know. You think they drove out or she around there in the neighborhood? I think she's close by, but you know what? That hasn't proven to be factual by no way means, but I just don't think anybody wants to keep. Thank you. Appreciate it. I will find that information for you. I hope. I'm sorry I asked the question, everyone. No, you're fine, Marianne. Saucy fan, I think she's very close. Hey, bad girl, April, topic. The evening is Nancy discussion, all opinions and theories. Welcome here. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What else do you guys think with this Hope debacle that has happened with Nancy? Do you think that it's possible that, I mean, I guess the question I'm asking is, what is your all's thoughts? Didi, check your email to see if you got the pig. All right. Let me see. I did get it. Oh, wow. That one? That one is creepy. I mean, was it creepy by design or was it creepy because he's just damn creepy? Bunkers. Bridget, yes, I'm wondering how many are in someone's property. Like I said, I think Sleuth said that he was able to find out. I don't remember. I thought it was Sleuth, but I could be wrong. Cartel tunnels too. Trailing trailing lantana is what it looks to be. Thank you, Reyes. Hey, Jess Dog. I'm Looney. I watch a lot of trails and cases. April, my thoughts is T and thoughts. Laughing out loud fan looks like he has egg on his head, right? No doubt. Just damn creepy. Carolina girl, he's just damn creepy altogether. That's no doubt about it. That man is not all there. Maybe the dark side got him. Hey, see. Fan thinking she's around the crazy hills. Justice for Nancy. Creepy as heck, says L. Good job giving up, dog. Jamie, he looks like a cornhead. A conehead. Oh, God. Remember the coneheads from Saturday Night Live? No doubt. Bridget, yes. That's the photo, DD. He looks like an evil monster. Maybe he looks like that on purpose. Very well could be. You know, that old theory, make yourself look crazy, people will stay away from you or be afraid of you. One of the two. Yes, LMFAO. Paige, Bridget, Paige, laughing out loud. Jamie. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm not able to find it. But she goes by Dark Starlet. That's who she goes by, is Dark Starlet. So you pull up Dark, D-A-R-K, Star, S-T-A-R, Let, L-E-T-T-E, and you'll see that's her. Dark Starlet. All right, here we go. That's the photo. Was that Tommaso? If that pic was, he looked evil, says Brenda. He did. They call him that now, no doubt, right? Yes, Brenda. Jamie Hilarious. L obtained the picture. Oh my God, he looked totally evil. JLR did. Bridget, I've always heard if you act crazy, everyone will leave you alone. That is true. JLR had the picture. Imagine if Conehead's on the chat. Yes, Bridget, just ask me. Saucy, I'm still thinking of the hill, sorry, but Alex thinks the house up the hill building a bunker now. Just easy to take her up the hill, bury in easy to take her up the hill, bury in those holes for pool or bunker. That is true. Very possible. Jamie, how did JLR get it? Oh my God. Jamie, I'm not sure. At first I thought AI, but I don't think it is. Paige, yes. Paige saying LOL, I'm crazy. Good. God, Jamie, only way to be. Good, Jamie, only way to be. L1, that's wild. He got that, but what of it? AI is tricky now. It is. And we both type out a lot to Jamie. We're sisters. Oh, Saucy, it's possible. I just don't believe she's on her own property, and some really strongly believe that. No, I agree with that. I mean, if she was on somebody else's property, you can't just search someone's property unless, you're able to get their consent or get, a court order. Jamie Page, oh, yes, we keep that going. Jamie, it is. AI is a double edged sword. Poor dog, though. I'm scared of the pretty good telling right now, but I believe this will delete us. Bridget looks like a selfie T took of himself. Jamie, it is scary because something is impossible to know the difference. It's advancing quickly. They even have AI doctors now. Fan right saucy thinking the family has passed out some money throughout the neighborhood friends HOA to keep quiet. Why is the HOA not doing something about the cactus? Probably because she put it there, fan. More likely she had it put there. Possibly, in my opinion. Jamie L1, the doctors is wild. Jamie, scary. Paige, I think AI is acceptable for gathering info, but bad for visuals and audio. I don't quite fully understand it, but yes, both good and bad. Saucy, exactly, fan. Paige, 100%. April, I see AI. I can tell fake from real. Paige, I make AI videos for myself. It's fun. Jamie, it can be used for good, but evil people take it too far. Very true. L, some AI is getting so good, some is obvious, some not as much. I maybe need to study it more or something. Mike, we have people targeting pro football players' houses, pro basketball players' houses, and famous people's houses. That's why someone checked into Savannah's net worth and was requesting the ransom money. That's a very possibility. That's very well said. No doubt about it. Good job, Mike. I made one of my search in the deserts for Nancy. Bridget, April, do you think that photo of T is AI? It look real to me. April, I can, but it's advancing so fast. April, no, Bridget, I think it's real. Jamie, L1. Carolina, you're exactly right, Mike. L, Jamie, Bridget, April, I think so too. Paige, ChatGPT, and Grok are AI, right? Yes. Jamie, I have to run, guys. Have to cook. Good night, you all. Thank you for being here, Jamie. Much appreciated. Like and subscribe, everybody. Click the algorithms. Click it. Send the hearts and the emojis. Share it. Share it also helps everybody. Jamie has a good night and take care. Justice for Nancy, says fan. No doubt. So let me see what else I got here. So I was writing some things down, right? Now, the route that she gave, I'm going to go about this route thing with you all with Annie Guthrie. You know the route that she gave them, that she gave the people. All right, all right. So there's something called Bashes. I don't know what Bashes is, but it's the route that starts this way. There's a school that's a nail salon massage. These are the businesses that are there, okay? These are the businesses that are there. Bash has some Walker something school, a nail salon massage, Green Toast North, Circle 79 Salon. Looks like burgers and bagels, or brudgers and bagels, something like that. The idea is there's a lot of cameras there, and they should have been able to get a lot of pictures from those cameras, especially the schools. The schools and the salon businesses and whatnot, there should have been a lot of cameras that they could have easily got footage of a car coming by. Marianne, how's your sinus? April, compare the last photo to T coming around the house from a back to this one. It's him, in my opinion. It might be. What is Grok? It's another form of AI. I think that's the one Elon Musk put out. I think Grok, could be wrong, but he put one of them out. They are all okay for now. Paige. Yeah, it's Elon Musk Chat GPT. Thank you, Paige. No, I don't think the perp went on main roads, but that's just very interesting that she would give that route, you know, that she would have gave that route that would literally went by all those businesses. When in fact, the more logical of the route would have been right through all that desert, to be honest. Mannix is in the house. Gronk was Tom Brady's tight end. Yes. Yes, he was. Mannix, late again. Hi, everybody. Mannix is in the house. Fan, lots of cameras. Do you think they should have some car by now? You would think. Sam is in the house. Hey, guys, I think the reason they put this route out is they picked up several cars, possibly some or all connected, traveling same route from car. Computer pings, hoping one has a photo with Nancy in it. That is a very good point, Sam. No doubt about it. Welcome in. Saucy, haha, Mike. Hi, Mannix. Hi, Sam. Hello, Mannix and Sam. Paige, no camera footage is really suspicious, in my opinion. Big time. No doubt about that. No doubt about it. Those businesses are on the main road, right? Yeah, it's kind of a major path. So I'm not sure why they would have put that because they're not going to drive down a main path. You're right about that, Marianne. In my opinion. Hello, says Sam to L. Bridget, Elon created Grok for people to use on X. L, okay, that would explain why I don't have it, Bridget. I know nothing about X. Neither do I. Not a fan at all. And they do a lot, Bridget. Who is the Uber driver that picked Nancy up? Has anyone heard? I don't think they gave a name for the Uber driver. I could be wrong, but I don't think they gave a name for it. For that Uber driver. Hell, for all we know, it could have been a lady. No, it was a guy. But I don't think they gave a name. I immediately knew you didn't have X 1985 when you asked. Yes, I think that's the only way to access Grok. I keep asking that. We haven't gotten a name that I've heard either. There's a lot of names that they have literally not given anybody. I'm pretty sure it was a woman, they said. I heard it was a girl, but hearsay, in my opinion. I've heard it was a girl as well, but yeah, I don't know. Uber, Marianne says Uber driver was a female. Okay, there you go. Looks like Uber driver was a female. Manek says no, Uber driver is a mystery. Paige, how do you know, Marianne? Please. Bridget, I would love to hear from the Uber driver. Yes. Yes, no doubt. I would love for the FBI to talk to him. Not Pima County Sheriff's Office, but the FBI. Man, just funny. No Uber drivers, no 911 call. Just think if it was one of them autonomous drivers of Uber. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? If it was an autonomous driver. I know it wasn't, but I'm saying just think if it was. Hell, probably protecting the Uber driver so he won't get arrested. Yeah, that's true. Sam also wondered, they said Carlos was a FedEx driver in Nancy's house. Got UPS at the like 11 p.m. So was Carlos delivering that night by Nancy's? If so, rest detained, and Nancy could have been a FedEx truck main route. Could have been a package, no doubt. Manic says, who installed her security cams? No idea, my friend. Sam. And been undetected even broad daylight. The source of information matters a lot. It really does. I heard it somewhere because Nancy requested a female Uber driver. I could see how that would make sense. We can't just simply believe every comment, no doubt, or every source. Fan, right? Okay, thanks so much, Em. Paige, very true. But you don't have to take my word for it. Oh, Lord. Mike, if so, Cash Patel could have used AI to put the mask on Carlos's face. It's possible. He could have done anything crazy. That's why I said they're going to get a conviction one way or the other. Whether it's the right person or not, I don't know, but they're going to find somebody to fit the bill. Hey, they call hearsay when you just hear someone mention it, unless they give sources. One of those self-driving cars that would be on camera in the self-driving car, though, no doubt, no doubt. It wasn't. I was just throwing it out there. It wasn't a self-driving car. It wasn't an autonomous car. But it would be funny if it was. It wouldn't be funny, but it would be interesting if it was, right? Perry says, it's okay to repeat hearsay if you know that it is hearsay. Hell, please don't forget to click like, everybody. Share the stream. Yes, Carlos' phone pinged there. But hey, he has cleared. He was clear too. Can't make it up. Everybody's clear. You get a clear. You get a clear. You get a clear. I repeated hearsay earlier in this chat. West Coast is in the house, everybody. She died and the killer won't be found. Ask Sebastian Rogers. Don't know who that is, West Coast. Sebastian Rogers. Interesting comment from West Coast. I bet he lives in the West Coast. Sam, look at the Fed guy hit the little girl they kidnapped, right, and murder her so he thought it would not get caught. Just saying, don't do great background checks even for sheriffs. Look, Nano's track record, no doubt. Well said, Sam. Hell, Bridget, I think there was a driver for sure, but those freak me out. Not going to lie. Okay, Wes, thanks, says Paige. It was a Chevy. It was a Chevy. It was dark. But yes, Wes, it was a Chevy in the dark. West Coast says, ha, ha. West Coast says, nerds. Okay, another one. There you go, mods. Do your duty. Carlos was not cleared. Only family cleared by Sheriff Nanos. In my opinion, Carlos cleared himself. and everybody went with it. Carlos cleared himself. VMS. Hi, y'all. How's it going? Good to have you, VMS. VMS is in the house, everybody. Sam, FedEx guy. L. Hello, West Coast. Welcome in. Bridget, I know that would be funny for sure. It really would be. L. Hello, VMS. Man, what if they put Nancy in that FedEx truck for Amazon delivery van and got her out of there? Maybe that's why the rated Carlos Carlos, remember the Amazon package at Nancy's Port? Paige, sorry, Chad, you're fine. Sorry, dog, you're good, Paige. B-Man's hi, L. L, you're good, Paige, no worries. Mike, I bet he lives in Jordan. And his name is Zach, and he owns MG Motors. It's very possible, Mike. That's a good take. Good opinion. Paige, it won't let me delete it. Bridget, L, 1985, those self-driving cars scares me. I don't trust them. Paige, I tried. Mike, Zach is the one who sold Luke Daly's mother the Range Rover that they paid cash for. Yes. You're fine. You're fine, Paige. No worries. One car was kept 42 days. One house was swatted, and one sheriff doesn't have a clue. And one house was searched 5 times. Damn it, boy. That's a lot of searching. That's a lot of long time to keep a car. Unbelievable. L, Bridget, me either, not at all. Paige, thanks, 1985. L, hello, KB. KB's in the house. Paige, good suggestion, fan, for sure. L, thank you for posting. L, there's the email. If you want to help the chat, there it is as well, the information. Paige, maybe so, in my opinion, fan. Bemis, yeah, Jane, a feeling about Zach too. I'm having a feeling about Zach too. Bemis, got you. Saucy, Paige, I blocked him if that helps. Thank you, Paige. Good, Saucy. Paige, good. Marianne, I don't think either one of them are the porch guy, says Marianne. Bemis, whose house searched 5 times? That was T's house, TNA's house. They searched it 5 times. Fan, TNA, yeah. Andy's house was searched 5 times. Forgot that part, says April. Melissa's in the house. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? Mike, we just need to find the link between the Charles restaurant and Zach. The FBI went to both of those places. Percentage times means LE suspects something, you would think, right? No doubt about it. Well said, Paige. 5 plus. And in my opinion. Hello, Melissa, says L. Paige, Melissa. April, video of bags coming out of A&T's. 5 big, clear trash bags. The ones that are like, they look like they were like in my opinion, the 42 or 44, maybe even 45 capacity, like 45 gallon, those type of bags, the big ones, but they were see-through. Mike says, not Zach, I meant Luke. That was a typo. Well, he's definitely, after our discussion the other day, he is definitely at the top. I mean, there's no doubt about it, everybody. He's at the top. We know what they wrote for the most part. We know what they used to get that warrant signed. Hello, everyone. Groundsky, you're back. Good. Been listening. Good to have you, Groundsky. Perfectly Me is in the house. Hey, dog, what's going on? Perfectly Me. Paige, Groundsky. L. Hello, Groundsky and Perfectly. Paige, Perfectly. Marianne, I'm just listening now. Mannix, Zach, Luke, Derek, Deji, Mojito, Tommaso, Annie, the bass player, Sheriff Nanos, Richard, Nolet, Roger, Aaron, Rodriguez, Aaron and the Handyman, the neighbors, HOA, and many more. Well said, Mannix. Pick your one that you want. Wow, yes, need to go back and look at those bags. 5 big ass 40+ gallon bags. Carolina girl Amanda, she was in Sleuths Live one night, spoke about a house that somebody rented or owned. A house near Nancy. Unfortunately, Amanda is nowhere to be found. Go figure. Go figure. Thanks for that info, Carolina girl. Gronsky, I am still with LD. I am still with you, Gronsky. Although that other one's climbing that ladder, but I am still with you. Man with the hearts. L, Manex laughing out loud. The list. Kelly girl just coming in too. Good to have you, Kelly girl, on fire. Hey, DD and Chad, good to have you. Remember to click like and subscribe, everybody. Click like and subscribe. Welcome in, Kelly. Paige, LD is top of my list behind Mastermind ANT. Yes, that's a fact. That's where I stand. That's where I stand. And only because of ANT and C, A and TC, somewhere in there you have to, well, somewhere in there I would fit in DC as well. Because it's going to be one of them knuckleheads, in my opinion. KB's in the house. Don't forget about Sue Ellen. throw her under the bus, literally. Just kidding. Man, the circle in the crazy hills. There it is, man. Crazy hills. Manic, so many more. L, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the stream, everybody. Appreciate everyone's comments. Hey, Sue Ellen. Sue Yellen. Oh, Lordy. L, Paige, laughing out loud. Paige. Perfectly me. Dog, what do you think about those two people that were taking photos? They were only half dressed. Kiki, do you remember her? Yes, Kiki and her photographer. I think they were definitely out of place. I know they fall under that lineage, if you will, for a better lack of words, of Mijito. You know, the fetish ball guy that does all the satanic stuff. He's also the manager of T and DC, or he was back then the manager. I don't know what he does now, if he's the manager or not, but when they used to play at all these venues, he was their manager. He set up the gigs. They were also seen at that fetish witches and warlocks type of fetish ball that they had on that, I don't know, satanic holiday or witches holiday or some shit like that. But yeah, I think, I don't think you can literally, I do not think you can go ahead and rule anybody out. Okay? I don't think you can rule anybody out of the people that we have covered. And they would be somebody that I definitely would not rule out as, maybe not as the mastermind or the muscle, but definitely a body that could have been there to assist. That's very possible. It is very, very possible. That is a very good analysis, because, in my opinion, you just can't rule anybody out. Absolutely. And they were definitely out of place. No doubt about it. Jim Guy, who lived 2 houses down from Nancy, is also suspicious. B, he left quick. He did. Someone tried saying that he had some type of thing to go to, like there was a gem show or something. But I'm like, coincidence all over the damn place. Hey, that's Kiki and her boyfriend. I can't remember his name. I just call him the camera guy. Kind of like the fence guy, the double pack guy. You know, that guy. I'm not the, I'm not a woman. I'm not a female. Gronsky, Sue Ellen is most so smart, but so out of touch with reality. That is a fact, Gronsky. Paige fan, Carolina girl. That house they rented, owned, was supposedly a party house. Yes, I remember hearing about that. Yes, G, I agree. Gronsky, truth. KB, what could T and Nanos possibly have in common? I don't know, but they definitely, I don't know. I can't say, all I can say is that I have heard that they had a pretty good rapport with each other. And that's just hearsay. That's not anything that I can actually factual that, but I've heard that a lot on different streams. Whether it's true or not, I have no clue. L, Carolina. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Interesting. Yes, that's what I've heard. I just don't know. Manax and all the construction workers, roofers, gardeners, pool cleaners, the electricians, guest house, renters. Yikes, Kiki and her man, the cameraman in leather, says Manax. My God, we have a big ass list. Write it all down, Marion. You got some more. L. KB, I could answer that, but well, I guess I can. It's my opinion, corruption. Hey, that's not far from it there, L. That's I would say that's close to spot on, to be honest. You know, how do you have all these things that they did that he allowed to happen, the sheriff? How can you allow all those things to happen to go wrong all at once? Makes no sense to me. No sense whatsoever. Why do people get so offended at being corrected? I want to know when I make a mistake so I don't keep repeating it. Amen. It's called learning. That's what we do from each other. We learn. I have been trying to figure out where they would take Nancy out the front walk, then to the right. You know, when they went to the right, when that trajectory that Chris talked about as it started to veer to the right, I think it was a vehicle that was parked there. And I think they went down those dusty roads back there because they knew that area. We wouldn't know that area. They would. They lived there. My God, am I that far back? It's called learning. Gronsky, I have been trying to figure out where they take Nancy out and front walk, then to the right. They're both doing shady activities, in my opinion, KB. Paige, Mannix, Spade. April, SE is friends with Annie and neighbors who would give permission to dump on your mother's property rocks, cactus, and the CH, the SHIT, your friend and neighbor, in my opinion. So well said, April. Paige, Mannix, L, Paige, I feel you on that. Paige, K, Paige, thank you. Carolina girl, L, whoever Amanda is or was, told a lot of info that night. Sleuth might still have video up. Check it out. I will do that. And her name is Amanda. Paige, it sucks. Perfectly me. There are so many characters in this tragedy. Without a doubt, perfectly me. Without a doubt. Gas says, good evening from Wyoming. Good to have you, Gas. L, thank you, Carolina. I have to check that out. L, hello, Gas. Welcome in. Bridget, that's right, April. I agree. Paige, Sleuth said, Amanda turned out to be a hoax without proof and didn't come back. That's right. I know who you're talking about now for sure. Yes, that is correct. She couldn't deliver the goods. She couldn't deliver the receipts, so Sleuth just called her a hoax. Carolina girl, you're welcome. Or someone told her she better she better keep quiet or something's going to happen to her. Hey, think about that. The Amanda that literally Slew said was a hoax, which she is, but maybe she's a hoax because someone threatened her to shut her up permanently if she didn't be quiet. What about that? Anybody think of that? Carolina girl, you're welcome. Paige, you didn't know. Too many characters laughing out loud, perfectly me. Page 2, Gronsky, I love hearing all the comments. Carolina girl, yes, after the night she was gone, it was interesting to hear what she had to say. So true, Carolina girl. Paige, Gronsky, Gas, hello, 1985, Carolina girl. Damn, we on our road tonight. Fanflower, Mannix, and the mail. The people's the people will come up with someone to go down for this. And all very close folks to Nancy are going to walk on away. That is true, fan. I can see that. Shirley's in the house. How do we know the porch guy and other videos were from February 1st? And how do we know Nancy even went to Annie and Tommaso's? There's no proof. That is right, Shirley. You're right. You're right. You're definitely right. No doubt about it, Shirley. Well said. Good point. Good point. Welcome in. Carolina, Carolina, we are love it. Great conversation. Thank you everyone for your thoughts and ideas, says L. Paige, faster dog, faster. KB, what if they didn't take her out? Check the fireplace, says KBL. Paige, hi Shirley. Paige, Gas, I still think last person to see her is the one involved. I agree with that, Gas. I agree with that. Which could be any one of the 5 or 10 people. Hello, Shirley. Shirley, hi. Paige, hi, Gas. Mannix, Fanflower, yep. Who will go down for this? Just throw a dart at the balloon, and whoever name comes up. Saucy, got to run and enjoy today. You got it, Saucy. Paige, Wyoming. Shirley, there's no proof of anything. And when did we didn't even see Nancy alive? I agree with that. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns. No doubt about it. Well said. Well said. Take care, Saucy. Have a good day. Appreciate you being here. Mannix, a person named Amanda is listed as LD's partner on his adopted father's orbit. Interesting. I'm telling you, maybe somebody got to her and said, you better shut up or you're going to be next. That's a possibility. Perfectly Me. Who is Amanda? She was on Sleuth's live stream, and she was basically dropping all the dirty laundry on Luke and who was all affiliated and Kayla Day and all of them. She was basically throwing everybody out there. And then when it came by the next day, Sleuth said she never gave any receipts, couldn't back anything up. So my theory is maybe she was threatened to shut up or she's next. Very possible. Van, right, Carolina. Carolina, yes, I remember that being said. Gas, hello, Paige, 67. Yes, Southern Wyoming. Paige, awesome gas. Gronsky, I wonder if they are just going to make up a Fall Guy. Click that like, everybody. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Become a member. Shirley, agree. Paige, right fan, in my opinion. Mike, could JLRN 857 be a part of that Pima County documentary being filmed by the Sheriff's Department? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, Mike, because why would they even... I mean, it's not like the sheriff, Nanos, would give anybody any type of exposure, right? Paige, I wonder that too, G. Paige, bye, Saucy. KB, my gosh, the list is like a spiral graph. Shirley, why doesn't someone interview church friends? That's a very good question right there. No one wants to travel to New York, probably. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Church friends, they were all online waiting for Nancy and Uber driver. We don't know if it was Nancy getting into the Uber. This was all well planned, hired hit, I say. Very possible. That's a very good possibility, Shirley. Good theory there, no doubt. L. Shirley, we aren't sure who Uber driver is. Wish we did. Don't know if we know who the church friends are either. That's putting it mildly. Paige, right, Manix, and Chad asked Amanda if it was her, and she said no. But now we know she's also lies, or she was threatened. Shirley said that's stupid. I'm not sure what's stupid, Shirley. Tell me. Marianne, the rocks and cactus are not on Nancy's property. That's why they don't care. But the smell is horrible. You gotta admit that. Sam, birds of a feather flock together. No doubt, well said. Paige, so I guess we still don't know if our Amanda was really LD's Amanda or even an Amanda at all. Or a threatened Amanda. L. Surely wish they would release names of Uber driver, but I think that person is being protected, in my opinion. Says L. Paige, yes, Sam. Fact. Manex did not know the chat. Asked her that. Paige, thanks for that. Paige, right, Marianne. In my opinion, Fanflower, the family has probably give them money to stay quiet and money going out to everyone. L, thank you for posting. There's the email. Cali girl on fire. Uber driver may be under non-disclosure. That is a very possibility there, Cali girl on fire. No doubt about it. L could very well be Kelly. No doubt. Paige, oh dog, Amanda maybe was threatened. Wow, yes, baby, so good job, dog. I mean, it's possible. She sounded pretty confident. I don't think anybody's going to sound that confident having that type of conversation only to come back and say, I can't show you the receipts. I can't show you the receipts, or just not leave you hanging. I mean, it's very possible she was threatened and told to shut up, or she was going to be next. It's very possible. Gronsky, the church family is probably very cliquey and controlled by their faith. It's possible. Surely, and the dinner and games, did FBI fingerprint the games and question Annie and Tomato's son? I don't think so, to be honest, Shirley. I don't see that happening. I don't know why they didn't. That's a good point. Melissa, too funny you are, dog. Paige, I honestly believe Amanda, but I'm very gullible too. No, I think it's very possible Amanda was telling the truth. I mean, everybody else is threatened. Everybody else had something to play in it, right? Why could she be somebody that was threatened? I mean, it's just to me, it's very logical. Just my opinion. I honestly believe Amanda, but I'm very gullible. I believe Amanda too. Paige, she wouldn't. She sounded very truthful and genuine, but I'm easily tricked or fooled. No, because she really did sound like she was on point. Like she had nothing to gain until she had a lot to lose when she was probably threatened. That's a very good possibility. Van, right, Paige, maybe so, or money to go quiet. That's a possibility. Jenny's in the house. Meeting never was an Uber driver. That's a possibility. Shirley, this is fun. That's why you need a joy, because we have a good time. Paige, exactly, fan and dog thought of it. Fanflower, Shirley, I love you. Read all comments. You're the man. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate you. Paige with the hearts. Groundsky like is like rapid fire. Carolina girl says, remember Amanda also had someone there with her in the background. So somebody could have been threatened. No doubt there was a girl, and it almost seemed like maybe the girl was the one who was telling Amanda everything to say because she had to refer back to that girl that was behind her. That's a very good point, Carolina. And it could have been one of them was threatened. And it could have been very well that Amanda said, you know what? It's not worth it. We are glad to have all of you. Great discussion, sharing, and gaining knowledge. Wonderful stream. Thank you all. Amen. Paige, dog, and pups. Hoorah. Fan flowers, right gas. Say it again. L, and thank you, Didi. You're doing a great job. Thank you, L. I appreciate you. Shirley says, I joined. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate you. You will not regret it. You'll enjoy this chat because everybody's opinion matters. Because everyone matters. We can all have an opinion and we can all learn from each other. Amen. No doubt. Carolina Girl, Groundsky, Manis, Didi, working like a Marine. No doubt. Semper Fi. Do or die. Al, thank you for joining, Shirley. Glad to have you. Paige, poor dog. Paige, thank you. You welcome, Shirley, anytime. Gronsky, Nancy would be happy to know that we all care about her. That goes without saying. No doubt about it. Paige, thanks, Shirley. Welcome to the group. Mike, and we can have a little bit of comedy to keep everyone friendly. No doubt about it. That's what makes the chat, man. Woo! Just caught up. Ah, thank you, Jesus. L, Mike, 100% and love that too. Paid. Oh, the YouTube glitch pertaining to memberships at the moment. Don't worry, it'll all straighten out. It's all going to straighten out. You guys do, what you guys normally do. It'll straighten out at the end. I'm not worried about it at all. Shirley, hoorah, Semper Fi. Appreciate you. Manix, appreciate all of you. That's how you learn, everybody. The ideas, the theories, the suggestions. And then you process all those things and you try to process and eliminate. We have been able to literally process more than eliminate, I would say, on this one right now. But still, there's a lot of things in there. And I'm going to go right back to it. Amanda became a hoax because she did not deliver the receipts. But what if she was threatened? What if the person that she was there with her was threatened? You know what I mean? I mean, it's very plausible. No one wants this stuff to get out. Okay, awesome dog. Thanks. Love ya. Shirley, what's your personal take on this in your professional experience? I think LD is connected. I don't think he's the brainchild of it all, but I think he's connected, in my opinion. I think that, I hate to say it, but I think that it could be a very possibility that this could tie into one or two of the family members that live there in Tucson that also live there in the Catalina foothills. I don't think that accident of getting that information from the guy up in California, DC, Calleja, I don't think that was by accident. I don't think he just Googled it. There's too much affiliations between him, Mojito, the manager of him, and also the manager of Tommaso. I think there's just too much coincidence. There's too much of it in that group in itself. I've always said there was 3 to 4 people. You know, you got LD, you got DC, you probably got LD, TC, DC, and maybe even A. And I'm not sure that A played any role in it, to be honest, other than I think she probably knew about it. It would be hard, in my opinion, that she didn't know about it, if in fact it was TC involved. But I think we have covered literally the people that are going to be the players. We just haven't been able to group them together. We haven't been able to link them all in that. But I do believe that it's my take is LD. You know who that is, and then a part of that is TC and DC. I'm not going to even mention A because I don't even want to go there, but it's very possible. Now, if you filter out that, my God, there's so many people you could say possibly, you know, you could even go as far as, Kiki and her photographer along with KD and LD because they all knew each other, right? You could even go there. I mean, we put that whole schematics down, how they're all connected in one way to Mojito. So there's a lot of things there, in my opinion. But that's where I stand. Honestly, Shirley, that's where I stand. Trying to find where I left off. So that would be my opinion, Shirley, honestly. And I think we're on the money in my professional experience, in my law enforcement experience. I would say we've covered this perp or perps. We covered it. We just don't have that little simple little nugget that's going to draw exactly that picture because we're not privileged to a lot of the information that the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Office have. So that's why we can't tie it together. That's why yesterday when we were talking about uh, Nano's talking about LD and the guy Enrico Rio that they went ahead and had search warrants for. It was so crucial because that gave us an opening. I've been asking, I want to see that search warrant. I want to see what were they looking for. And then when Nanos came out and was talking about this, it made perfect sense. He talked about it. He didn't say their names, but he said where they lived. He said what they were driving. He said who they took out of the house. He basically said, this is what we had. And me knowing law enforcement, like many other law enforcement, you got to have that one thing that really gives you that signed by a judge search warrant. And that was they had somebody that came up and gave them some information. And who was the only one that was arrested the day before LD got swatted? None other than a person they used to, for a better lack of words, date or be with Luke. I mean, these are all opinions, but a lot of this is so close to being factual. That's why it's so important. But thank you for that question. I appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you for being here. All right, there go Yuli. Yuli. We appreciate you, dog. Thank you, Carolina girl. Appreciate you. Thank you for your info, Shirley. Yuli, dog, the bounty hunter is on this case, but he might not be successful. But who knows? It's possible, Yuli. Never know. The dog, the bounty hunter. Yeah, A is a follower. She is controlled by T to the hilt. No doubt about it. Well said, Shirley. Gronsky, I hope A is out of all of this, but I doubt it. Me too. I don't want to see A or T involved in this. But it doesn't look like it's anything good because it looks like everything seems to be going to that direction. That's the problem you're having. That's the problem we're having, is that everything seems to be pointed there. And it's not by coincidence. It's because you're bringing everything together. People make mistakes without being corrected except in an investigation or for information gathering, no doubt. Well said, Paige. Surely the feds will do, I pray. Me too. Me too, no doubt. Google recommends not sleuthing to avoid misinformation. And here's the thing. Yeah, I can see why that was mentioned, but I can also see that if you don't put ideas out there, people might I may have got something that you didn't get, and you may have got something that somebody else didn't get, but when we all have that conversation, we all get it. And then it makes sense more. You know what I mean? So I'm not so sure that's the answer, because that's how you get stuff figured out, is by sleuthing. Sleuthing is nothing more than investigating, right? So you're sleuthing, you're investigating. You're bringing the pieces in. You're bringing the information in, and you're trying to make it make sense. Sooner or later, it's going to start making sense, and we have already saw that by our lives and everything that's going on. Sorry, it's getting a little dark here. It's just sun's going down. Paige can make mistakes without being corrected. Fan, seeing Jews criminal network out in front of Nancy's, thinking Nancy would be smiling and loving and feeling the prayers. You know Nancy misses being there, no doubt about it. Hell, if I lived there, I'd miss being living there. Surely agree. L. Yuli, I was wondering if that was true, if Bounty Hunter was really there also. Welcome in, Yuli, says L. Page, Google knows how easily misinformation can spread and even cause harm. That is true. That is true. But, in the same token, we can look at Nanos and look at him and say, well, if he had done his job right, if he had made some better decisions, in my opinion, we wouldn't be down this road, right? Because there's a lot of things that man didn't do that he should have done, and things that he did that he should have done. Literally. Fanflower Alex sends smoke signals to Nancy nightly. Strawberry's in the house. Good afternoon, Strawberry. Paige, all AI streamers, period. No doubt about it. Yuli, same thing. Paige, L, hello, Strawberry. Shirley, yes. Paige, hey, Yuli. Paige, hey, Strawberry. Gronsky, the streamers will never give up. Not a chance. Paige with the hearts. Manex. The evidence, including affidavits, interviews, must be protected in order to be used in court. That is correct. That is why interviews and videos are not released. Well, yeah, no doubt. That goes without saying. Absolutely, Manex. There's some things you're just not going to know because they are a big piece of the puzzle. Okay? There's some things we're just not going to know. But they could give you some things to at least give the people the reassurance that they did talk to certain people. And why are these people cleared? Why is the family cleared? Explain that to the people, how the family is cleared. I think they don't explain it because they can't. I think they don't explain why the family is cleared because they can't explain it. Because anybody listening, especially people who understand how it works, are going to look at it and say, there's no way in hell you can say that. You know what I mean? So I think there's some things you cannot say, but there's some things they can't say because they know it's not true. And yet that's what they want the people to buy into, in my opinion. I'm investigating big time, says Shirley. Need proof Nancy was asked for a loan. Marianne, something rolling. Rolling, 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 rawhide. Giddy up. Remember that one? Yuli, right. Kenny rolling, he says L. Strawberry in I'm definitely a sleuth. I look beyond what everyone is talking about or what is that it is seen to one but different to another. No doubt. Strawberry, no doubt about that. That's well said. Strawberry, hey, everyone. Marianne, yes. 1985. Fan, DTB just wanted to get his name out there. Maybe a paid distraction. It's very possible. Very, very possible. Shirley Wright gives us a breadcrumb and only a crumb. Manic, Strawberry High, April, get the word out, DD. Has great conversations. That's what you guys got to do is just put that word out there. Tell all your people that you follow when you go on streams, pass it out. Let them know what you think of the live. Tell them why they got to come here. And then when they come here, they realize, my God, like this is like, this is legit. Too legit to quit. Surely it's all political with nanos. Yeah, I'm afraid it's looking like that, no doubt. LDD. Paige, where's Puppy Sleuth? He's not in the room. Oh, my Lord. Surely, yeah, it was called Chapped Hide. Surely, no doubt. Yuli Neto screwed up the entire case. I'm afraid so. As much as I hate to really uh, uh, put disparages on law enforcement, because I used to be there for many, many years. But yeah, there was a lot of screw ups, no doubt about it. You can't deny it. Hey, Shirley Gronsky, I watch the old westerns all day long, says Gronsky. Strawberry's family was cleared initially because the original first glance DNA didn't match anyone. And so the home could be returned to them to retrieve items for their home before FBI showed up. It's just so crazy. It is so crazy. They cannot. Nanos could have explained what he found to clear the family. He could have said, we found video that shows so and so left, dropped off, yada, yada, yada. That wasn't going to hurt the case. He could have explained each individual how they were cleared. But the reason he didn't is because he couldn't. Because no one's going to buy that BS. No one who knows how it works is not going to buy it. And he knows that. So therefore, he just says it and goes on. You know, because he's nanos. Shirley, I'm sharing your page big time. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate you. Paige, I thought DTBH was retired. April, Rifleman, my favorite Western. I've seen the Rifleman many times. Paige, he's older than dirt. He is, but those clips, those films that come up on the Western channel, hey, they're all legit. No doubt. Gronsky, I have lots of fun learning with DD. Thank you, Gronsky. I have fun with all of you guys. You guys do great. No doubt about it. Dog, I said wear puppy sleuths, not wear puppy. Oh, where's puppies? I got you. You're right. We are. You guys are the puppy. No doubt about it. You guys are the devil pups. The devil pup investigators. Diane from Phoenix. Diane from Phoenix is in the house. Good to have you, Diane. I watch Rifleman and Bonanza. Bonanza's another good one. Every day after school. Yep, that was the big one. How cannot forget Bonanza, no doubt about it. Paige, puppy. Paige. Hi, Diane. Shirley, he leered them into 12 hours. He was movie star struck. No doubt. Diane, hi, Paige. L, I just shared with you a bit earlier. Talk to him. We'll continue to put channel out there too. I look forward to these streams. No one's covering the case the way DD covers it, in my opinion. Thank you, L. Very much appreciated. Glad you guys are getting something positive. Mannix, nothing should have left Nancy's house. I agree. I totally agree. Carolina girl. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Remember Hee Haw? You guys remember Hee Haw, right? Oh, hello, Diane. Strawberry. They absolutely did it. We watched all of it on JLR's Live. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it's sad. No doubt about it, Strawberry. April, Diane, Phoenix. I streamed them all. I pretend I And Miss Kitty from Gunsmoke. That's another one. Gunsmoke. Oh my God. Fan Flowers. Listen to Nanos. He never says T's name. He says the son-in-law. Of course not. Because as soon as you start hearing the names, it starts to take its own starts to create its own narrative. And therefore, if you don't say the name, people just say son-in-law, but it doesn't register as much as the actual name. You know, the actual name. Tommaso Cioni, whatever the hell you want to call him. The only way the sheriff could clear Tommaso and Andy is if inside cameras showed something the FBI doesn't even want to let out yet. That's true, Mike. But what could that possibly be? I mean, honestly, what could that possibly be? If you ask yourself that they don't want something to be seen, that the FBI doesn't even want to let anything out because they don't want something to be seen, then ask yourself the question, what could that something be? Ask yourself the question, Mike, what could something be? And if you can come up with something that's literally viable, then you're spot on. But if you can't come up with something that's viable, then you have to look at it and go, well, what really is the big deal if he just said that they were cleared, right? And this is how they were cleared. Good point. No, good point, Mike. Very good point. I'm just trying to throw that different perception there, the different thinking out there. Very good point. Strawberry Bonanza was the best. No, I tell you what, I did kind of like Gunsmoke too. I'm not going to lie. Paige, here is where I've got 90% of what I know about this entire case. I swear it's true. Thank you, Paige. Manix, I pretend I am Festus Mule. Festus. Here in this channel. Thank you, Paige. April, Manix. L, Paige, me too. Yuli, L, Manix. Strawberry, I think I saw Festus Mule on JLR Live in Autumn, Arizona, laughing out loud. Oatman, Arizona. That is funny. Bridget, love Bonanza, no doubt. They were all good, and they were all classic, no doubt about it. Paige, cool, 1985, so cool. Diane Phoenix, laughing out the mule. How could you forget the mule? Gronsky, Bonanza, they all loved Ponderosa. You remember Ponderosa Steakhouse used to be big out here in the Midwest. I say Midwest, in Ohio area. Ponderosa was like the bomb. It was like, my God, it was where everybody went to eat. And then they just like withered away. I don't know if steak got too high or what, but yeah, they just withered away. I think the last time we had a Ponderosa here in Ohio was about, I want to say they went away about 81, 79, no, about 81, 82. They did away with Ponderosa in Ohio, at least for the area that I'm at. No clue, Diane, says Paige. Carolina, Strawberry. Laughing out loud, Manic. Strawberry, laughing out loud. Fanflower, yes, Shirley. And they were probably all questioned in the living room as they sat there and drank coffee and ate donuts. And I added the last part. Well said, fan. Paige, dog, the picture got really dark all of a sudden. It's my laptop. No, it is a picture. Let's see. Much better. Hang on a second. Oh. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. I remember Ponderosa. Paige, he will eventually, Strawberry. No problem, Paige. It's on his wish list. Paige, 1985. Diane DD needs to turn on some light. Can you guys see me now? You guys should see pretty good. Melissa, anything but Gilligan's Island. Oh my God. We have Marianne. I asked her earlier if she knew the professor and Ginger and all of them. No doubt about it. Hey, I used to watch Gilligan a lot myself, so I'm not going to knock it. Hey, little buddy. Remember the skipper? Hey, little buddy. Paige, Light. Gronsky, I used to go every Sunday to have a T-bone steak. Yes, I'm afraid those days are gone, my friend. I remember them days, Gronsky. Much better, DD. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate that. Fanflower in the house with the heart. Bridget, we used to have a lot of Western Sizzlers restaurants to here, and they all went away years ago. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that just goes without saying. Melissa hated Gilligan's Island. Mash and Cheers hated. Paige, hey, I watched the Gilligan's Island every single day all summer back then. No doubt. Get out, get out of school, head home, get home, 4 o'clock. It's the Gilligan's Island. Gronsky, lights are a burning now. Mike, the brightness is good now. Thank you. DD, April, Melissa, oh my God, Lisa, really, I hated it. Three cats. Three cats is in the house. Good to have you, three cats. Three is always better than four. Three cats is in the house. Hello. Paige, my battery is dead, and so I'm my phone, so I gotta go now. Bye, everyone. Have a good one, Paige. Thank you all again. Appreciate you. Brownsky, life was good then with Gilligan. Sure was. The skipper, the professor, Strawberry. If you're from Texas, you know all about ponchos. Absolutely. I'm not from Texas, but I do know about ponchos. Absolutely. Melissa, but 80s music, movies, TV shows, a Toya were best in the 80s. Fanflower in the Hearts, Texas Roadhouse is tearing down their original place and rebuilding it 4 miles away. Hey, at least you got a Texas Roadhouse. We have to drive a little ways to go to a Texas Roadhouse, but hey, I love steak, no doubt about it. Paige with the heart. April, Paige, love you, see you soon. Carolina girl, have a good night, Paige. See you tomorrow, 9 o'clock a.m. See you all there. Paige, I hated Bonanza laughing out loud. Melissa, Breakfast Club, one of my favorite John Hughes movies. That's a classic. That's a classic that will go down as a classic. That's always been a classic. Hell, I think after a few years it became a classic. It was so good. The Wrestler, the Nerd, the what was he? Who was that when? You know the guy that wore the leather jacket. You know, I forgot what they called him. The preppy one. Yeah. Have a good night. Hello, everyone. Three cats. Diane by Paige. Melissa Outsider. Stand by Me. Those are all classics, Melissa. Well said. Paige. Yes, Melissa. L. I like Outback and Longhorn. Personally, Longhorn is my favorite. Oh, sounds good. I think I've only been to a Longhorn like once. I've been to an Outback maybe twice. I didn't really care for the Outback because I think they tried too hard to be like a really big ass steak place, but not that I would turn it down. Don't misunderstand me. Have a good one, Paige. Off. Mike, Pancho Villa. Oh, I remember Pancho Villa. We watched a lot of them. Carolina girl, I see you can see me. Yes, I can see you, Carolina girl. I can see you can see me. Grosky Page 67 is out. I have a good one. Melissa, I miss Ponderosa. Sterling tips, baked potato, and buffet. Lots of butter on that potato. Lots of butter. No doubt about it. Page E, Page C, April, go to throw some humor in the chat or we may all go crazy. You all are awesome and thank you for being here. Amen. Page C, Melissa, La, LOL, April, Bridget, L, I love Longhorn too. Page A, Melissa Page, L, Bridget Longhorn has the best sirloin in my opinion. That's my favorite cut is the sirloin. I'm not a big anything else but sirloin if it's made right, you know. But that's just me. It doesn't have a lot of fat. I don't like a lot of fat on my steak. Oh my God, Fonzie. Jesus, we really going back to Fonzie. Diane. Hey. Paige. Melissa. Growski. This has been very fun tonight. Just letting it all hang out. No doubt about it, my friend. No doubt about it. I never have watched the final episode of Gilligan's Island when they got off the island. Yeah, I remember that one. To me, they are all still stranded on the island. Oh Lord! And even when you look at the boat that's crashed, you know how they show you the boat, the ship, but it's really a boat. It's so tiny. So you're like, how could you all fit in there? Longhorn here sucks, says Diane. Melissa, apparently Jacob and Nico coming back this week to search. Good, good. They need to find somebody. Carolina girl on fire. We have Texas Roadhouse and Cattleman's. Now I've heard of Cattleman's. Got their own damn sauce line. But yeah, I like Texas Roadhouse. I've eaten. I used to travel across country, so I used to eat at all the steakhouse from from most part from the West Coast to probably the outskirts of New York. And I used to eat steak all the way through. You know, I'll be honest. The best steak I've ever had, the best steak that I ever had in my life, and I'm not going to lie to you, my son made me a steak. And this was probably 8, 9 years ago. He made me no, not even that. Probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. He made me a steak, and it was literally to die for. Now I love A1 sauce. I couldn't even put A1 sauce on that steak because it was so amazing, so amazing. I've never tasted a steak better than that steak. I know I'm giving props to my son, but I'm telling you, I know steak. And I'm telling you, that steak was the best steak, the most tenderest, juiciest steak. You didn't have to put anything on it. It was so seasoned well. I'm just saying. Got to get props where they're due. Sam, they need more people like Nico on this to teach people like JLR him more pointers. Nico should be heading this. We would be further along. That's a good point, Sam. Diane, same here. Judd Nelson, that's it, Melissa. Judd Nelson, thank you. Carolina girl on fire. L, they are delish, although it's been years since I've been. Can't beat a great steak. Never. With a baked potato and lots of butter. Extra butter. Melissa, Anthony, Michael Hall, yes, played Brian and Emily, and then Emily and Estevez. Yes, Emilio Estevez. Yes, the jock. Melissa, then liar girl. Can't think her name. That was the redhead. Liar. Oh, no, no, no. Ali Sheehy. Ali Sheedy or Ali Sheehy or something like that. Ali Sheedy. That was the liar girl. That was the brunette girl. Liar girl. Agree, Kelly. I'm pricky about mine because I can't do that fat on my steak, like DD said, but I love it. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of a lot of that. I just don't like it when you're dealing with a lot of that fat. The best steaks are the ones I cook at home. That's well said, Strawberry, no doubt. Nico, DGL, and JLR will be doing some big searches this weekend. L, Sam, Nico is great. I'm glad he's helping the streamers. Glad they have his help. Shirley. So all four three-letter news stations reported she spent 500,000 on investigators. By your personal opinion, do you think Fresh Eyes will help? And do you feel Savannah knows something? Well, to answer that, Shirley, I would say yes, because there's an incentive for those investigators to earn not only their money. I mean, I hate to say that they're doing it for the money because they're doing it because that's what they're good at. So you got people that only do that type of work, right? That's their niche. And they have an incentive. And I'm sure there's a bonus at the end of the rainbow. No doubt about it. Fresh eyes, absolutely. Anytime you have fresh eyes on something, anytime you have fresh eyes on something, it actually is better. Because normally, if you're doing it and you're constantly on it, you're seeing the same thing. It's hard to navigate away from that, Shirley. It's hard to navigate. So when you put fresh eyes on it, they see something different. Just like if they miss the mark, somebody else would come in, they see something different. So fresh eyes are always better than just a stagnant, the same status quo, in my opinion. Do I think Savannah knows something? I think in her heart of hearts, she probably feels something and it's not good dealing with a family member. And maybe that's why she's like, I'm throwing in my chips and I'm gonna go ahead and do everything I can. And so help me God, if one of you did something to mom, you're gonna pay. I'm not gonna accuse you, but I'm just saying, if they find out that you had something to do with it, you're gonna pay. I could see having that mentality to answer your question, Shirley. No doubt. No doubt. I hope that answered it. Yes, Juice and them also, the whole gang. Shirley, oh my God, I'm an A1 lover too. Love A1. Gosh. But like I said, when you can eat a steak and not need any A1, you know you hit the bullseye. No doubt. I have a steak seasoning I make. It's so good, says Strawberry. Well, maybe one day we'll all have to get together. Sam, flat iron steaks are good if you can do a lot of if you can do a lot of fat and look up high mountain, their steak seasoning is best for home cooking. Interesting, April. I am streaming Wells Fargo now, laughing out loud, says April. The three cats. Does anyone really think Dog, the bounty hunter, has been hired? Honestly, three cats, I don't think so. And could he bring anything to the table? No more than anybody else having another set of eyes. In my honest opinion. That's just me. My honest opinion. No different than anybody else with two sets of eyes. Maybe a little younger with two sets of eyes. Carolina on fire. You're making me drool laughing out loud. Three cats, according to Google, he's looking into someone regarding the case, someone we've not really heard about. That'd be interesting, no doubt about it, Al. April, Let there be light. Shazam. Oh, God, I remember Shazam. Carolina on fire. 3, I do not. Google says it's not related, but they're not always right. That is true. Carolina girl. I worked for Ryan's Steakhouse for about 18 years. Started as hourly, then went into management. Was it good? Let's just say, was Ryan's good? Ryan's was like kind of like a buffet type deal, right? You could go in there. It was kind of like it was almost like what's the one I'm thinking about? Not Hungry Hunter from California. It's like what's the one where you go in and you can order anything? I've been to Ryan's. They have good food. They have good food, no doubt about it. I mean, you can get shrimp, you can get, steak, you can get pretty much anything. I forgot what restaurant I'm thinking about. Golden Corral. They're kind of like a Golden Corral. Gronsky, this is hard work to do all that searching in the heat. It is. It is. Very true, Kelly. Kelly Girl on Fire says, Al, where did you get that info, please? Shirley, thank you, my friend. You sure welcome, Shirley. I'm glad you are here, and I'm glad you are a member, and I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this channel. We may not know everything, but the things that we do know, we know. We may not know everything, but what we know, we know. Cat Lady, P.S. Fine Nancy, I was unaware that private investigator search. Yeah, they just started, actually, Cat Lady. Well, let me rephrase that. They have said, I have heard that they had said that they've been working already, but they have just announced it. It just came out that she had put the $500,000 to her own search team and private investigators. L. Kelly, Google, if you search Bounty Hunter in Nancy Guthrie case, I believe it was Marion who told us about it earlier in the stream. Google Bounty Hunter Nancy Guthrie. Mike, I believe Exploring with Jim has searched more square miles of Arizona than anyone else. He deserves to be one that finds her for the reward. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Mike, without a doubt. No doubt about it. Strawberry, I think Savannah probably has spent that much, but on her mother, home maintenance, security, hotels, Airbnbs, taxis. I have a hard time believing all on PI. I'm sure there's a lot of different costs in a lot of different areas, Strawberry, but I think the crux or the meat of the matter would probably be that. But you're right. I'm sure there's other things there. Trying to figure out where the hell I was at. I think so. Okay, here you go. Gronsky, I wonder what the PI are charging per hour. I heard it was $300 to $500 per hour. That's what she's charged. That's what the PIs are getting paid. $300 to $500 an hour. You got a lot of people. It goes pretty quick. That's what I heard, literally. Don't ask me where I heard it. I don't think it was anything like nefarious. I heard that that's what they were estimating. Oh, I think maybe it was the interview room. Maybe they were talking about it, that they charge literally, the going rate is $300 to $500 depending on your qualification. Van Flower, B is equals A pasty, says Fan. Savannah didn't trust her sister's word from the first phone call. Yeah, it was kind of interesting, that first phone call. No doubt about it, Strawberry. Good point. April, Strawberry, I agree. L, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the like button, everybody. Do me that favor. Sam, I, Savannah, spent $500,000 on a private detective. Why has he not been on TV requesting tips, sir? Tips. Several people went to Nancy's with good tips. like strange Spanish guy at real estate listing few days before. I think, like I said, I don't know, to be honest, Sam. I just know that it just came out. But from what I've read and what I've heard, is that they have been on this already. They just made it more publicly known. Maybe when Nano said that he's no longer talking to the family, that would be a guess of mine. I'm not saying it is, but that'd probably be a guess of mine. Strawberry, I feel the same way. Gronsky, I am with you, Strawberry. California Girl on Fire, L. Thank you. I Googled it, and it is not verified by the Guthries or the FBI. I think he looks for known Bali, known Bali skipper, bail skippers, as opposed to unknown subject. True. I developed 3 seasonings during COVID: steak at home, taco to nowhere, and social distance garlic seasoning. They were a big hit with family and friends. Hey, when you find it, whatever that it is, man, you hold on to it, my friend, because hey, if the family loves it, that's all that matters. For family and friends, that's all that matters. Mike, when I go to Golden Corral, I make sure I clear at least 4 plates of food before I go to dessert. No doubt. You got to, man. You got to. Tear it up. That's what it's there for. L. Kelly, yes, I think so too. Hard to tell if it's accurate, but it's possible anyway. I have never heard that Roland guy's name before. Shout out to Marianne for that info. Marianne, if you read the article, Bounty Hunter is doing it on his own. Mike, you still have a GC. Oh my God. I was just talking about that today. Used to go there with my grandparents. Love the mac and cheese. Couldn't eat it now. Celiac disease, but oh my God. Well said. Cali Girl L, true that. Anything is possible in this case. Thank you, Marianne. Shirley, yeah, bald headed Mab guy driving the white Tesla. Know him well. Sam, good homemade barbecue sauce. 5 cups ketchup, 3 head cups sugar, 2 teaspoons of vinegar, dash of lemon juice mixed up. Apply barbecue grill, air fry, broiled chicken. You're making me hungry, Sam. Stop. Stop. Marianne, that's good on him to do that. Shirley, private, I rode the saddle of Texas Roadhouse for my birthday and was so embarrassed. Oh, Lord, that is funny. No doubt about it, April. Shirley, did you watch Crime Con this past? I did watch some of it. I didn't watch it all, but I did watch some of it. It was pretty interesting. Some of it was pretty interesting. Some of it was kind of like, but some of it was pretty good. I liked the main concepts of what they were, the new information that was coming out and stuff. That was interesting. Those beyonds will be looking for the streamers for information. No doubt about that, Strawberry. It says public reached out to him for help. I saw parts of it. I want to try and go next year. I will probably go next year. For sure. If God willing. April just busted out laughing because I was imagining myself doing it. I wouldn't be able to even get up there, says L. Marianne, but what do I know? L70 now and not even trying it again. Marianne could even be someone on one of the people on the live streams. That's pretty cool. Yes. L, April, Cat Lady, Strawberries, the YouTube streamers don't know anything, just like we don't speculate. But if you go in their chats, everyone about 95% say A and T. Carolina Girl on Fire, April, haha, and yeehaw. Shirley, how can Bounty Hunter be on anything? There's no suspect. That's why he's the Bounty Hunter. Oh, well said, Shirley. April, Cali Grow on Fire, gas. Just got transmission about to be put in my Suburban. Laughing out loud. Awesome gas. That's awesome. Shirley, the interview room, Chris. He's amazing. I like Chris. I really do. Maybe it's that affiliation with law enforcement backgrounds, but very smart man, no doubt about it. Strawberry, forgot a few ingredients in that barbecue sauce, buddy. Laughing out loud. You don't want to give up the secret, no doubt about it. I can tell you that. Shirley, he did a sit down. Yes, he also did one with of all people Nancy Grace because I heard him, but he didn't say as much. I was hoping that he would say more. And it's not like I don't think Nancy Grace gave him a lot of time to speak anyway. So it goes without saying. Fanflower, camera time. Camera time. That would be awesome if you went next year, DD. Would love to see you all. I hope I can make it. I would like to be there, and I think we're going to be there. So we'll see. But yeah, I think they said it's going to be in Florida next year. Hell, Shirley, I love TIR. Me too. Me too. Shirley says me too. Bridget, Chris McDonough said the Crime Con will be held in Orlando, Florida next year. Yes, that is correct. Yes, in September. Looked at it today. Tickets going on sale soon. Jesus, already. Remember, dog, the bounty hunter was looking on the Gabby Petito case. Yes, I do remember that. Shirley, yes, you have a professional bond. No doubt about it, my friend. That is true. Mike, Dolly Vision had some of the best footage from CrimeCon. He talked to Vinny Politan and Nancy Grace. Interesting. I have to check it out, Dolly Vision. Shirley, good Lord, if you guys get a chance, listen to Nancy Grace from last night. No doubt, Shirley. Cat Lady, dog was also helping with Sebastian case, but didn't even remember his name. Shirley, off the hook. Hell, Shirley. Nancy Grace is fired up about this case for sure. Fanflower. All right, everybody. I think it's going to be time for us to call it because I only got like probably 5% left of battery life. So I just want to say to all of you, Cat Lady, Shirley, I know, laughing out loud. I want to tell everyone thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope we will continue to do this. This is what you can look forward to. We talked a lot about, silly stuff, which is all good, but we all talk about business as well. We talk about what's going on. And like I said, we may not know everything, but what we do know, we know. And that's the difference. I'll try to catch you in the morning. You got it, Mike. Good night, my great new friend. You got it, Shirley. Strawberry Semper Fi. Right back at you, Strawberry. April, if you know, should be our channel title, DD. If you know, you know. Hey, I like that. Figure out where we could put that in. If you know, you know. I like that. Carolina Girl, good night, DD. Thanks for everything. See you on the morning. You got it, L. Thank you for the great stream, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share the stream. Please keep sharing out the channel. Let's all share information again. Cat Lady Dog has never found a body. Yeah, that's why I'm giggling, Cat Lady. Shirley, I love that. Krowski, enjoy being with you all. Right back at you, my friend. L, maybe DD channel motto, April. That's a good one. I like it. If you know, you know. Bridget, good night, everyone. Later, Fanflower. Thanks, Double Dog, for reading all the comments. Blessings. You all have a peaceful evening. Justice for Nancy, day 123. L, Gronsky, Marianne, good night, all. Remember, it's all common sense, everybody. It's all common sense. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all. God bless. Semper Fi.